Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. The honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters is out there. On to this life foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is like the brother put in the title, this is the creation of I don't need a man. I can't do bad all by myself. And it's so spiritual. I just seen the video of what, type it in. I was watching television as well, and Changing Faces, R&B group. Yep, the R&B group in the 1990s, and they had the song "Get Out." And then when you hear the hook of the song, pretty much saying I could do bad by myself. So what else is there? Let's go to that one. Alright. Wow, there's another one. See? Oh, I could do bad by myself. You got Mary J. Blige. I didn't even know she had that, but there was a movie, that Tyler Perry movie. So you're gonna see the common thing is you see a common trend, in particular in that time, that raised these monsters that we see today. Because it's not a one generational thing. This is a generational concept. This is a generational thought process, and you see the final product of this. Kids not more than 7, 8 years old talking about busting cats, killing other people, cursing people out, having no respect for the elders, and all these things that you never thought in your wildest dream you would see from a child. Today's children are, they fucking monsters. They are what the offsprings of evil fucking doers, man. All right, and we can never forget that everything that we're seeing is not, it didn't come out of overnight. Oh, let's be shocked, like this just happened. It's just these kids, where's their parents? Nah, this goes deep. This is a generational thing. All right, because they got it from their parents. They got it from their mama. Their mama got with some street nigga. All right, that didn't give a fuck. So she wanted to pick him out of the whole bunch. Get pregnant with his bastard offspring, his evil seed, and he produced that shit. All right, but he wasn't nothing good either, because when he came out his daddy's nutsack, he was probably the same product of what the thing that he did to his own child. All right, and his mother probably had the same bad decisions that you know what I'm saying, and it goes on and on and on, and we seeing clearly what's going on with these generation of children. All right, yeah, a lot of times we like to blame Esau for things, but in reality, you're supposed to keep your goddamn kids in check. All right, you're supposed to put your kids in check, but you take the father out the household. Esau, you did that much, and this is the product of that. I remember back in the days, there was only a couple options to leave out the hood, and they would say one, be able to play a sport. Another thing, jail, drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? The grave, military. Those about it. Now, damn, everybody want to be a goddamn rapper. But this is the product of black culture. Okay? This is where we were on that road.
I was just up on the block, towing the pole, had the little dress and the weed. I be around robbers and thieves, walked out shit, got a brand new pole every week.
You see these little fucking turds repping like, and they probably do got bodies. I'm not gonna deny that much. They probably do got bodies. But this is the product. This is exactly what Esau wanted. This is true black culture. All right? They say black excellency. This is what black excellency does. Because a lot of these kids, you know what I'm saying, they spoiled rotten. And I don't mean spoiled by captivity. I mean spoiled rotten. Like they gotten whatever the hell they wanted. And they still give up that thing. Because I remember when I was a child, the generations after me, they wasn't getting their ass whipped like I did. You know? They didn't have that fear of, disappointment, and also they got whatever the toys, whatever the hell they wanted. Okay? This is the product of that all that environment. Let me get some scriptures. I ain't gonna make this long. Second Ezra 5:8, it says, "There shall be a confusion also among in many places." You know, it's kind of funny though. Let's go up. It says Second Ezra 5:7. The Sodomish sea shall cast out her fish. And it's funny because that particular thing, which I'm gonna do is showing it. I just saw the brothers put it up that the fish now, other than tilapia eats shit, and they sell the tilapia to everybody else, but now the fishes are junkies. They're drug addicts because they're eating the turds from people, and they getting sick. Also, with all the chemicals that's in the sea, the fishes they switch genders, so to speak. So you see all this stuff is happening, showing that we at the end times. It said, "Make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be offset out again. The wild beasts shall change their places," which is happening. All right, you got a lot of urban areas that's moving into taking more lands. All right, which that leads the animals that was in their rightful territory towards more into the city dwelling where the man is dwelling at. That's not by accident. But here's the point. It says, "And menstrual women shall bring forth monsters." And you have the product of hip hop. All right, I hate to say it, but I mean, I don't mind saying it. I don't give a damn anymore. This is the product of hip hop. This is the product of R&B. This is the product of reggae. All right, not the conscious shit, but dance hall shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the product of partying bullshit. This is the product of pimps and players. This is what I'm saying? Like I said, the list goes on. You can't even pinpoint where this is the product of it, because this is the degenerate stage of Jake, of Israel, man. These kids don't even know how to wipe their goddamn ass. But they talking about busting cats and killing niggas and yada yada yada. This is madness, but this is what the women being in a position of power have raised. He raised monsters. Job, before I get this, Job 14:1, it says, "Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble." Going back to the statement, and then back in the days, to reach a certain age was a miracle. And we're not talking about in your high 60s or 70s, whatever. We're talking about damn near teens. All right. And another product of that you could watch classic movies like damn, it's the tip of my tongue. Well, Ice Cube, Boys in the Hood. All right, A Menace to Society, Juice, all these hood classics. We all at one point was like, wow, yeah. But you lived around that territory. We all know the product of that shit. And all the product of that shit is men get to a certain age because they was raised by their mamas. All right, and their mothers cannot raise a man. So what she'd end up doing, she either spoil that little bastard or let him do whatever the hell he wants to do, and the streets end up getting to him. And what end up happening? He becomes a casualty. All right, he becomes a song in somebody's rap song of a young guy that got killed over dumb shit. Okay. So a man that's born of a woman, especially these women today, because they good, they do good by themselves. They're the greatest mothers in the fucking planet Earth. So supposedly, damn near these women can't even fucking breastfeed their children, and that's nothing new. All right, a lot of kids that was raised in the society grow up without breast milk, and breast milk has a lot of nourishing things for a child. Okay, they did studies of children that had gotten breast milk and children that got Similac, but everybody losing their goddamn mind because the Similac is gone. That's another product of the environment that's been created. Okay, so he coming forth like a flower, because what, flowers come and go, they don't last forever. You seen people that go buy flowers for somebody they love, they put it in a vase and with some water, that shit still shrivels. Why? Because they cut the damn thing. They don't have no roots, and that's the problem with our people. They have no true roots, and that's also the curses. Okay, the Lord's been said that, because everybody wants to do what they want to do. They don't want to follow what the Lord said, so the Lord start cutting them off. Okay, it's cut down. He fleeth as also a shadow and continueth not. So just like the scripture says about Abel. All right, when you look up the word Abel, if I'm not mistaken, means transitory. All right, so the majority of so-called black men and Latino men, all right, that gets into some shit, they become transitory, yo. They come and go, you know. Then you see somebody putting a memorial in the hood for such and such, you know, at this age, and make them sound like they was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Okay, because the Lord cut their lives short because they was a product of their environment. Because the mother don't know nothing about no discipline. Okay, she, like the scripture says, she's deprived of what? Wisdom. So she raised these little kids and give them whatever the fuck she wants. Get the father out the household. The majority of these men don't even know how to be a man. All right, all these women look for the same sort of man. It's like, even when you look at it, today's women, every time I look at them, it's like they're carbon copies of each other. From the fucking baby hair in the front and this, that, they all look the same. The fucking eyelashes, you know, that come brother that they have, they all clones of one another. And it always a trend with Jake, man. Jake always follow the trend, the hairstyle, everything. Nobody wants to stand out as a different individual. But yet, when you talk to them, they act like they're original. All right? They act like there's something special about them. Ain't nothing special about you people. If you ain't part of the elect, ain't nothing special about you at all. All right? You just a product of Esau's fucking madness, and you're gonna be destroyed. Okay? But let me go on. Proverbs 23:13, it says, "Withhold not correction from the child." Then let's look up the word child. Let me see for what it is. All right. Oh, it says it. It says, Nara, a boy, a lad, servant, youth, retainer, boy, lad, servant, retainer. So it's talking about a young boy, but also it could talk about a girl as well. But we're gonna stick to the thing. All right. So it says, withhold not a correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. So meaning what? You beat the brakes off of this kid, so that way he walks a right path. He's supposed to fear the Most High. He's supposed to fear his father. He's supposed to fear his parents. But when you don't do that, this is what happens. He's gonna die. And all you could clearly see exactly what kind of vibration these kids have. And majority of those kids ain't never busted nothing in their life, let alone probably got any pubic hairs. All right, but yet they're badasses. It says, verse 14, "Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell." All right, but these people don't give a damn about their own kids. They don't care. All right, they don't give a you know what. And that's what was embedded in Jake to do. So you don't have products like that. But since they have products like that, And since the woman wants to be bad by herself, and this is what's gonna end up happening. Well, I gotta bring up my favorite scripture. Jeremiah 9:20. It says, "Yet hear the word of the Lord, O you women, and let your ear receive my word of his mouth. Teach your daughters wailing." All right, it's not just the product. The young boys is just not the product. It's not. That goes for all boys and girls, because these little girls, there's no hope for them. These girls are not aiming to get a husband. They're aiming to get get into welfare. They're aiming to have a bunch of babies and get into the system. I was watching a video, maybe it was last week, so much videos, but a woman said she asked a classroom full of girls or something like that what they trying to do, what they want to be when they grow up, and their greatest goal is to be a baby mother and live by themselves, so that the government can give them assistance. All right, that was what the woman said. She's like, it's crazy. Like, young girls don't even consider just getting married. So you hear it as you got your stink ass grandmother, or let's go way back, great grandmother that she could do good all by her goddamn self, the matriarch of the family. All right, drove great grandfather out the picture. Then grandma comes along. She became a young grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Because the product that she came from, a product of garbage, and so forth. You got generational of whoredoms. It's like the scripture says. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I believe it's Ezekiel 16, and I haven't read it in a while. And this whole chapter is bad. It says, when you read this chapter, it pretty much calls Israel out to be the whore that it is, the nation, the whole entire nation. But I want to get to the point. It says, Ezekiel 16 and wow. Okay, 44. It says, "Behold, everyone that uses proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter." All right, thou art thy mother's daughter, that loatheth her husband, her children, and thou art the sister of thy sister, which loatheth their husbands and their children. Your mother was an Hittite, and your father was an Amorite. That's the Lord calling Israel what? Heathens, man. So what we seen is the product of heathens. Okay? That's what our people become. So all this shit is, and you know what? Like the scripture says, a little leaven the whole lump. And it's another, sometimes you constantly think of certain things. All these children that was born, well, the scripture says a lot of them was born in vain, because like the scripture says, an evil woman is given to a wicked man, or something to that phrase. So there was match made in heaven. This is the product of that shit. Okay, this is the product of that. That's why most of the times, if you got no kids or you have kids, man, pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua that He keeps them going, because everything that's around us is spoiled, it's polluted, it's disgusting, everything, man. But let me go back to this. I'm gonna end it off soon. It says, "Yet hear the word of the Lord, O you women, and let your ear receive the word of His mouth. Teach your daughters wailing." Like I was getting into, they teach them all this other shit. They teach them how to twerk. They teach them how to seduce a man, but not how to keep a man. That's another thing. All right. Then these girls are not out here to, if they're not a bunch of lesbians, they're not trying to keep a husband. They just want to have the title of a wife, but not be a wife. So these mothers taught their children, their sons and daughters, wickedness, man. And these punk ass, simp ass fathers that the product that comes from these emotional little hoe ass niggas, they're also guilty of these things. All right. Hey, the Lord made a number. He did a number on Jake, man. It says, everyone and her neighbor lamentation. So teach your daughter this. Teach her wailing and lamentation. For death has come up into our windows and has entered into our palaces to cut off the children from without and the young men from the streets. And what happens in the streets? Niggas get killed. This summer has not even reached, and people getting clipped. All right? People are getting clipped left and right. So when this summer comes along, the sport on killing one another is going to be at an all-time high. Because now you're going to add other things to the environment. Okay? So here's these kids, you know, little Day, you know, Ray and all this other crap. You know, the bright future of black culture. All these little kids, man, they're going to get clipped. All right? They're going to get destroyed because they're the product of their environment. Okay? Let's go back to this again. Fucking madness, man.
On the block, toe in the pole, had the dress at the weed. I be raw robbers and thieves. Walked out shit, got a brand new pole every week. I'm trying to catch me a body. Hop on like Scotty, itching to catch me.
This little nigga say he's trying to catch him a body. No remorse, no nothing. Not even a thought process, you know? Listen to this madness, man. This child's talking about. I remember there was young rappers. What was it? Damn, Another Bad Creation, but they never talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Chris Cross, they never talk like that. This generation, man, there's no fucking hope for them. The only thing that is there as Brakateh Haobashim Yahushai is those missiles. You know, I gotta say it like that, but our people needs a holy cleansing. This little young African American, most likely, right? A little nigga. They're talking about trying to catch him a body. Like it's like, you know, he should be worried. I mean, I don't even know what age they are. Go look at some little girls or something like that. Go have fun. Go play a sport. Try to figure things out. But this nigga's talking about catching a body. Wow.
We stand over a body, get up inside it, turn it.
They stand over a body. All right. Yeah, a lot of them just talking shit. But one thing you will learn in this truth, things that you say, tends to come, and you don't necessarily have to be in the truth. A lot of these things that's being manifested in these little niggas' minds gonna be coming to fruition. All right. The Lord's about to, man. So this is the product that it was made out of this whole hip hop, okay? Because it was called rap music when I was growing up. Then they changed it to hip hop, the narrative. There's your gangster raps. These are the products, the grandsons of the Tupac Shakurs and the Biggie Smalls and all this other crap, you know. Then this is your 50 Cents and your T.I.s and all this other crap, Little Wayne's and all. I'd skip a whole bunch of generations, but you could clearly see this is the product of all of that. There's nothing good of that. The only thing that's gonna come of it is death, which Jake is accustomed. What the Lord's about to do, they're not gonna be able to bear what's going to happen to them. Okay? Because the Lord's about to cut off all. Matter of fact, I think there's a little bit more to it. No, that's about it. Well, actually, it is 22. Speak thus, saith the Lord, even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon open field, and as a handful after the harvest, and none shall gather them. That means so much death is coming. It's going to be unbelievable. All right. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.